talk about racism.
Hurts myself.
I
Oh,
know,
yeah, oh,
I can't
no, I know.
fucking do it.
Zoo, you fall under the racism and sexism banner, so I mean, you're doubly screwed with Trump.
Mhm.
Ah, damn it. But I'm Asian American, so
I don't think that's good enough for him.
And you're an
I don't
immigrant,
think
too.
he cares.
I mean,
You're Asian American woman. Like that's 2 out of 3 working.
You're just a little bit
Like,
too
sure.
brown.
Yeah.
Just a little
If
bit.
you're-
damn.
If you're Asian, you're immediately an illegal immigrant as far as he's concerned.
Those damn
Shucks.
anchor babies.
We need to build a wall around China. And we'll make them pay for
They're
it.
halfway done.
be
I
careful,
think they did
Chris.
that already.
They're halfway done. That was pretty funny.
Be careful, Chris. It's the long con.
That's right.
She puts the sleep in Sleeper Agent.
Ooh.
Is that my anniversary gift, Santham?
No.
No?
What betrayal?
Unfortunately
Gonna roofie my drink?
no,
And
I'll do
steal
something
all
more
of his secrets?
classy.
I gotta say though, as far as like setting you up to live some kind of like 007 revenge justice save the world plot, that's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, he does have $100 million bounty on his head. You
She just
could kill him.
immediately adopts like a Russian accent for some reason.
No zdrowie.
She's like, ah.
No, she breaks into it mid-sentence by accident. She's like, "Hey guys, or where are we going?" Like what? She suddenly goes down like 3 octaves and fucking as like the Russian like.
Oh my
You're
god.
Asian American. This doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
Russia is in Asia.
Oh my
We'll
god.
see.
Oh, you guys.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we haven't even started and we're already completely off track.
There wasn't even a track to get off, but we did somehow.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I was talking about something else. But I couldn't find the picture that I was thinking of with me and all the Goonies on my ship that I named Brunhilde. Like killing the fuck out of some lunaticos with my cannons, but that was pretty fun. But my buddy was a bard. He like made music. Sorry, we'll continue here.
You know, I gotta say, the only game that I can think of where I had to fight that many Peruvian players or Spanish-speaking players is Dota.
They were
That's
actually
only
speaking
ever
Portuguese.
9 at most at a time.
They were actually
It's
speaking
true. We
Portuguese.
still roll them.
I did not know Portuguese, so that's how they knew I wasn't Brazilian. I could kind of hold a conversation in Spanish. But,
You
like,
want to miss
the
the
second-
Google Translate version?
Yeah. But like the second they started speaking Portuguese, it was just like that.
It's over.
Yep, and then I was murdered. Or my personal favorite was I did a backflip, went invisible, and then hit them in the face with a meteor while invisible. And they were like, "Ah, what the heck?" And then they died.
So where did we leave off here? I think we were all eating food.
Yep. We were
Yep.
just about to get down to
And-
business.
And you guys noticed that Saverick was gone, I believe is where we left off.
Right.
Oh, he was trying to get some nookie and failed. We all knew that.
We made the shit out of some stew, too.
We made some shit out of some roux stew.
Whoa, why did Cycle end up in the stew?
No, remember the roux?
It's a joke.
The roux stew?
His name is Cycle Mararu.
R-E-W, yeah.
Yeah, no, that was the joke.
What did I had some kind of really dumb pun about it. TM.
Yep. Trademark
I
TM.
saw this.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw that earlier. Yeah.
R-O-U-X, roux.
Yeah.
That's right. It doesn't even change the pronunciation of my name.
We put
That's
we
the
put in the
cookie
woman. We put in some woman singing "Bulletproof."
Oh my.
LaRue.
You should
Oh.
look at that thing I linked in Mumble. It's fun.
I did.
Yeah, I saw
saw
that earlier.
It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
it's good. Yeah, it made me laugh. Toot harder, damn it!
I want to enjoy that for my next part. For my first part.
I toot sadly
My next
upon my
bard.
flute.
Really, my alchemist is a bard, but you didn't know.
Yeah. He's
You should
basically
make-
a Bartimus.
Doll, you should make a skeleton bard. and you should put windpipes, or not windpipes, like bellows in his chest cavity that he has to squeeze
Yeah, I was
in
gonna
order to make
say.
himself be able to play like the bagpipe or something. So
I
just
mean, I've
imagine
got
a
a
skeleton
monkey,
coming
dude.
over the hill.
I can already play an accordion and have the monkey dance and shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
And
I'm
have him
halfway
have
there.
have the what are they called?
Fez.
And
Little Fez.
the symbols. But they're
All right,
not.
Oh,
that's my new fucking mission now, is to find
that's
a
how he
Fez.
makes money.
Well, I was gonna say, man, like if you really wanted to roleplay a bard, you could just pick up the leadership feat and have a bard follow you around.
You
Oh.
reach, you reach into the portal of infinite giving. Your will strikes. Your will resonates strong within it. Out of it, you pull the greatest Fez you've ever seen. Angels sing out in immaculate chorus.
Oh.
Down from the heavens.
Heavens descended Chuck Norris
Descend Chuck Norris, who delivered a kick which could shatter bone into the crotch.
of Indiana Jones.
I know that whole song by heart.
Oh, of
It's been like
course.
8 years since I've heard it.
Well, how dare you? It should be watched every year.
On Christmas. With the family, we sit
That's
down.
right. Okay, now Zuzu has her food, and she is settled in, so I think we can get started.
Dude, we are 23 minutes after, not 10 minutes. Which is still earlier than we usually start anyway, so I think we're doing all right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Zuzu.
Leadership. You attract followers to your cause and a companion to join you on your adventures.
Yep. Basically, you get an NPC that follows you around,
That's awesome.
and you can just make him do things.
A cohort is generally an NPC with class levels, while followers are typically lower level NPCs. So you can get a cohort or a number of followers.
Yeah.
Oh, this is too much fun.
Don't give him too much power now.
He just starts his own drug cartel.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a bunch of fucking junkies following me around.
Hey, Darby,
Yeah.
this was posted. That was posted in Reddit earlier, saying my reaction when I'm playing a chaotic evil bard.
Is he Oh man, I had a pun there, but then I lost it. Forget it. All right. So, you guys were talking to Claude briefly. Aiko the half elf was kind of giving you the stink eye for it. Joseph hasn't said anything yet. And you all notice that Saverick is missing after you take a brief, survey of the room.
And then
So-
we recall that he slipped out earlier.
Yes. But now you realize that he hasn't returned.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy. And he's got a sword thing, too.
He's a big pig. He's a big pig.
And plus he's in his own territory, so I don't think we should be that worried, no offense.
You hear a scream from the distance.
Well, we probably want him with him before we speak with Joseph.
We should find him. What to like
I-
vouch for us?
We saw him leave, though.
Yeah, we saw him leave after he talked with Tapir?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Tapur? Yes. So after
Diaper.
finishing my amazing brew stew, I get up and walk over to Tapur and I was like, "Have you seen Saverick? He hasn't returned from when you were talking earlier."
She just kind of looks straight ahead, like she's stunned, and she looks around to make sure no one's looking directly at her, and no one really seems to be paying you any mind. And then she sort of leans towards you a little and says, "I think I upset him."
Okay. Well, this is kind of like his home area. Do you know if there's a place that he might have gone to, for lack of a better term, recover from you upsetting him?
With that, she looks up at you briefly and says, "No, sorry. He went west."
Well, I go back over here and explain to Cycle and Xanthem that Savrik is missing and Dapur doesn't know where he is. So maybe one of us should go look for him, or all of us. Probably just one of us.
I don't like this.
I don't think
It's-
we should be split up. So if we decide to go find him, I think we should do buddy system.
Yeah, it is weird that he would just go off on his own without saying anything to us. Did Dapur tell you why she thought he might have left?
She says she might have upset him. Probably something personal between them.
And then Claude kind of laughs.
Ah.
Do you know something that we don't, Claude?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Can you explain?
Care to elaborate on that at all?
Well, I suppose you could say that he's got a bit of a crush and she's not really interested.
Friend zoned.
Oh. Well, so is he like going and being emo right now?
Perhaps his only weakness, yes.
Well, okay, which one is Claude? Is that his friend?
That's the
That
dog.
is the halfling.
Ethereum half.
Okay.
Short guy.
Okay, this guy is his friend. It's like
Yeah.
his main friend.
Yes.
We should ask him if he thinks we should let Savrik alone.
Hey Xanthem, mind tapping him on the shoulder? You
Um.
seem to get pretty buddy with him earlier.
Okay. Poke. I poke him. Hey. So we heard that Savrik left because he was angry. Do you know where he goes when he gets frustrated?
But say it quietly. Don't blow
Oh.
up his spot.
Whisper, whisper.
Blowing his spot up in front of all of it. We have to impress these guys. We can't let them know that our vampire is
Emo.
a smitten kitten right now.
A smitten
The irony
kitten.
of the vampire being emo.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
That's not that ironic. I feel like a lot of vampires
I
are
should say
emo.
the cliche of
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
wrong word.
So let's see, that'd be Ovu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ovu. Sounds like
Ovu.
Kovu.
Haha, that might be where it came from. Let's see. So you tap him on the shoulder and whisper to him. So I need like a stealth check from you then, actually.
Really? Okay. Hang on. Let me pull up my sheet then.
Do it.
It's loading. Of course.
Oh my god, I missed an episode of One Punch Man. That has to be rectified at midnight.
Homework for me.
Same for me.
Whoops. You didn't see that. Jedi mind
See what?
tricks.
Oh, sorry, I rolled it twice.
You did? I only see one.
I didn't see that either, Tanner.
Shit's broke. So 22. Okay, so I need.
Ball China. I think 22 is a pretty good stealth check.
Okay. So you successfully whisper to Ovu. And he just sort of leans back to you as far as he can without being super suspicious. I don't know. Maybe I should roll that.
His stealth check also.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So he kind of leans back to you And you said what again?
I said, so we learned that Savrik is upset, and since you know him best, do you know where he'd go when he's upset?
In matters of the heart
In matters of the heart.
or penis.
I'm
um,
not gonna
In a
say
powder
that.
keg giving off spark.
he kind of smiles with the corner of his mouth, and says, "Yeah, I think I have an idea." Or he whispers it.
Do you think you could take one of my friends? We just want to make sure he's okay. Or do you think we should even go at all?
I imagine I could go fetch him. Do you need him for the meeting?
Yes.
Yes.
That makes sense. With that, Ovu excuses himself.
Thank you.
Monkey quickly skips over the table and jumps in his seat and starts eating the rest of his stew, but in a very charming way.
Oh my gosh.
What an adorable, horrifying creature of awful alchemical magic.
Joseph just kind of stares at the monkey and still has food on his spoon. And then he turns to you, like he spins on the back of the table, like whips his legs around. Says, "Would you mind controlling your pet?"
I think you could just stop there, controlling your and just kind of gesture at it.
Tumorous monstrosity.
I
Abomination.
glare at Cycle. You should just to let him know it's impolite table manners.
Monkey goes yip yip, and just grabs the bowl and kind of holds it over its head and does that little like wide little duck walk and runs back over to me.
Are you becoming Aladdin?
Mm-hmm. Holy shit! With the fez, that would be perfect.
That's actually
I need a tiny vest and a fez for Monkey, and I'm set.
If you watch Aladdin in reverse, it's about a rich king with a beautiful wife becoming poor and stealing from children.
It's true.
That's awesome.
And a snake that turns into a man.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
There's actually a flying carpet item in Pathfinder 2, so then you'd really be set.
There is. That is a craft wondrous item.
Yep. And I think there might be a lamp that you can summon a
There
Dujin
is a
out
magic
of.
lamp, yeah.
Yeah.
Gets his kingdom stolen by a genie.
Well, no, if you're a high enough, I think if you're a high enough druid, you can just summon Jinn.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like what you can do is
Summon
do a
Jinn,
permanent
you
And
say?
beat Junker all the time.
Wrong
The
kind,
gin.
Jin.
the genie.
Aw.
But you could
I'm-
put
could
that
do
spell. You could place that spell as an enchantment on something on a like lamp, and then like have the activation.
Or
Yeah,
perhaps a boombox.
there you go. Or
Summon a rather
Shazam!
Shaquille O'Neal looking genie.
Shazam!
Shazam!
Oh my god.
Big wish for the big man. I can't not love Shaq. He's too good. He's too adorable. He's so big and doofy. I can't
Anywho,
beat him.
so Ovu slipped out and Cycle got Mornke back under control. Kind of. Joseph just kind of observes you for a moment and then turns back to his food, kind of dismissively.
I look at Joseph say, I wouldn't worry about him too much. He might cause some trouble, but he's worth having around. And
Hell
besides,
yeah.
there's plenty to go around.
I see. I'm leery of people with familiars.
Bad experiences.
Many are thieves.
Well,
Mm,
I
no.
I very quickly, and before I finish that comment, I just stuff my mouth full of stew. It's like,
Stolen stew.
Well,
yeah.
maybe he's right. You put it in your mouth and you like
After
he's
I
not
open
wrong.
I don't say it. I open my mouth. I go, well, But as soon as I see Xanthem giving me the fucking devil eyes, I just quickly like
Yes.
take like 5 bites of stew. I'm just like,
Slowly nod my head in approval.
So, Joseph says, and everyone is kind of quiet at this point because the food's been almost finished by most people. And so Joseph kind of speaks up and says, "Will Saverick be joining us, or are you prepared to speak on behalf of your government?"
we expect Saverick to be along shortly. I think.
Oh yeah, I did not get any of that exchange, did I?
Nope. Yes, he'll be here soon. Could we entertain and dessert anybody?
Oh man. Oh man, I wanna. This is meta. I wanna I wanna give him like a cover story, but I'm also aware of the fact that my bluff check is not the greatest.
And he got shut down.
What?
And that he got shut down.
I don't
say
wanna-
a cover story.
No, I want my. Wait, I don't know what you're saying.
Well, I'm saying like the truth is that he got shut down. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to bluff it.
Yeah, I want to be like, oh yeah, you had to go kill a monster. Or,
Monsters
Love
love
monster.
I think. Yeah.
He had to go deal with
Monsters.
some
I guess I don't have to
demons,
say it. I can just
perhaps.
say, Tanner, we can see you typing. Just making sure that's clear.
Yeah, you can always see him typing if he's typing a whisper
Okay.
too.
Okay, gotcha. I didn't know if that was the case. Just eat up and enjoy the delicious stew. Isn't it really good, you guys?
Yeah, and if you're hungry for dessert, there is always dessert.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see you prepare anything.
We can make it taste like yummy dessert. That's the best
Yeah.
part. Save yourself
want-
on calories.
You want some ice cream flavored stew?
oatmeal.
What is ice cream?
Yeah, do we even know what that is?
Ice cream was being made way back. They just needed ice boxes.
Doesn't mean anyone's heard of it.
And cream.
From a
Do you think the
cow?
Mayer family would have had iced cream?
Oh,
Probably.
yeah, for sure.
Totally.
Rich enough.
So she knows what it tastes like, so she can. make it
She
taste like
does, but he doesn't.
Okay.
Would you
well, we
like
could
some
do that.
ice cream then?
Well, you don't have to be very good. He doesn't know what it tastes like anyway.
that. That is true.
It's like sugar and milk, kind of. Just
Pretty much.
approximate that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever
Wow.
had sugar and milk mixed together? And some cream?
Kind of a rare thing too.
Yeah,
He sort of raises an eyebrow at you curiously.
I tell Xanthem, just give him a taste of what ice cream tastes
It's milk heavy cream and whatever flavor.
like.
And then you
okay.
just-
Should I turn the stew into that, or should I turn oatmeal
We could
into
make
that?
oatmeal.
Probably
Oatmeal.
do oatmeal.
Okay, oatmeal. Do you have a bowl of oatmeal? I could serve you up some ice cream.
Everyone kind of laughs at that comment. Yes, I think we could procure some oatmeal.
Okay, well, let's do that. We'll fix some oatmeal, have some ice cream, and wait for Saverick.
I like this plan.
Well, I'd be more than willing to speak on behalf of our government. It's always nice to have someone who's familiar with us to actually vouch for us, who's part of this group. So it probably is wise to wait for Saverick to come back from whatever he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, you'll be able to try a delicious treat.
Yup. Who's making the oatmeal?
I would
Dog.
have
Jurek.
I would have Morky make some, but I don't think he would trust anything coming from Morky.
Yeah,
not.
no, that's not clean.
But I want to also point out that it can make it chill it also. So we could do
Yes.
we could flavor it and chill it.
Ooh,
So
that's
it would be
legit
very
shit.
similar to ice cream.
That'd be cool. Okay.
With oats in it.
All she's got to do is just touch the kettle it's in.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we just have to make it in a kettle, which I'm sure there's another one around here that we could use.
Ah, magical trickery.
But it's
Magical
delicious.
Of course we don't.
deliciousness.
Yeah.
Good as the real thing.
All the taste with none of the extra calories.
Exactly.
Or, you know, the extremely rare ingredients.
Also that.
I suppose that it would be worth it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nod my head
That's what I'm
excessively.
talking about.
And as you are manipulating the kettle, you see him eyeballing your gloves.
Oh. You like my gloves?
Would he know that it was the gloves? I'm just curious. Like that seems.
Do people normally wear gloves at dinner?
Well, I wouldn't
Fancy
have
people.
them. Well, I wouldn't have them while I'm eating dinner. I'd have them when I was cooking. I'd pull them out, put
Like
them
oven
on.
mitts.
You'd pull out white magician's gloves to cook.
Oatmeal.
Sanitation is important.
Yeah.
Yes, he notices the gloves.
So, you like my gloves?
Yes, they're interesting. I wouldn't take you for a sorcerer.
Oh,
Or
I'm definitely not
sorceress.
one.
Sorcerer. Yeah, I'm definitely not one. I don't have a penis.
Ah, yes, sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's more like Cycle or Alethus. They do more of the magic.
I just look over. I'm like, yup.
And
Yeah.
yet, you are the one transmuting my food.
Well, it's
Um,
not to say she hasn't done it before.
Not her alone. I'll add a little bit of psychomerorutium magic to this ice cream.
Root.
You make it taste like ice cream.
Cyclemera
I'll
root
chill.
TM.
Root?
Root.
Root, yeah.
Are you gonna give him
Root,
some root?
TM.
Are you gonna give him some root beer?
Root, TM beer.
Well, I touch the kettle and I say bougie. And I stir the pot. Or the kettle. Alright, guys, you want a bowl full of ice cream? I serve it to everybody.
Okay.
Okay. Try it out.
Xanthan, why don't you give me a perception check right quick? Oh, wow.
Official.
So while you're all sitting down to try your ice cream, everyone is definitely enjoying it. Particularly the halfling seems to be very fascinated by the flavors in his bowl. But you notice when you look around the room that Joseph is sneaking the occasional glance at your gloves still.
You
I'm right
conniving
across from him.
shit.
Am I seeing this?
I would say yes, because you know.
Yes.
Same thing as Anthem, yeah.
It's actually more apparent to you because Joseph is sitting right across from you.
Alright.
Joseph is kind of sitting with his back turned to you and eating the ice cream on his lap while facing the table that Xanthem is at. He's just sort of observing. So I guess you probably can't tell where he's looking specifically, but Xanthem notices that he's looking at her gloves.
I see you're still very fascinated by my gloves.
What?
Yeah, he seems slightly mesmerized by it.
They just like, what?
Well, no, I'm just eating.
And
Is
I
that a bluff
fucking her
check?
gloves.
I'm gonna sense motive that.
Yeah, that's true.
Kirik, you think he's being sincere? What was the question,
The
Xanthem?
best liar.
If I wanted to share the gloves, am I the only person that's allowed to?
No, you can share them with other people.
Can they have the same power?
Yeah.
Okay. If you'd like, you can try it out yourself. Think of your favorite meat that you've killed and turn your oatmeal ice cream into something else. Would you like to?
It is the gloves then that have this power?
Yeah, we got them from a really. Where did we get them from again, guys?
The magic gloves, we got them from a chest.
Yeah, we got them from a cool chest on one of our adventures.
I see.
Would you like to?
I love how innocent and trusting you are. This is great.
There's a reason
Oh
I'm
my God.
keeping my backpack on me.
He puts his bowl on the table and eagerly outstretches his hand.
I look at Xanthem like this.
Like what?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wait, okay, hang on.
What?
Oh my gosh. He's Asian too.
Racist.
Does it work with one glove?
No, it requires both.
They're magical. He won't rip them because they fit the user.
Yep.
Okay. Alright,
Yep.
well, I go over and hand them and say, hey, try it out. But I was wondering, I've been your earring. I wonder what the backstory to that is. It's really pretty. I'll share mine if you share a story.
He kind of hesitates and pulls his hand back a little and says, "If that's the deal, I think perhaps we should wait until we know each other a little better."
Oh, okay. Well, how about this? I'll let you try on the gloves, and then when we are cool enough or feel comfortable enough, you can tell me. I'm all ears. So I hand him the gloves anyways.
Very well.
The worst negotiator.
Yeah, my deer in headlights look intensifies.
He puts
I'm
the
eating
gloves
ice cream and
on,
finish it.
and he says, "What was that word you used again?"
Bougie.
I see.
Yes.
And he he walks over to your table and he puts his hand just above Cycle's bowl and says, "Bougie."
I look at him. Oh, this is perfect. I look at him and I look down at my bowl and back at him and go, "What did you just do?"
He smiles and says, "I suppose you'll find out in short order, won't you?"
Make Morky try it.
Um.
You have a familiar.
Okay. Hold on. Wait. Okay. God damn it.
He sort of looks at you
Alright, then
expectantly.
Keep a close eye on our gloves.
Can I tell what he did with it?
Oh my god, you put it in your name.
Yeah.
Oh, for the TM too. I like it.
Oh my god. Can you tell what it is? You'd have to detect magic alongside that, but yes, you should be able to determine effects with that.
Is it poop,
I'm
didn't he?
assuming that
Smell.
at this point he would ask me to cast Detect
It
Magic for him.
wouldn't be specific though, I wouldn't think. You'd know like what he did, but not. So like you would know that
Like
he
what
flavored
kind?
it, but not necessarily what
Gotcha.
he flavored it as.
Make Morky taste it. He can't make it poison. Can he? No, he can't make it poison.
You can
No.
make it
Okay,
taste like
I-
terrible medicine, but that's
I
about
look at
it.
I look at
Just shake it up
Joseph
like
and I
bad
go,
medicine.
"So, is this some sort of challenge, I take it?"
What's the matter? You can dish it out, but you can't take it?
Ooh.
I take a
I
big
get
old
it.
bite.
Dish.
I hear that and just look at Cyclones like, you asked for that.
I look at him like, "Yeah, we'll see what's up." And I take a big old bite.
And the taste of like really rotten hay fills your mouth.
Rotten hay. Okay, hold on.
Aw.
Sadly, I know what that tastes like.
Roll a Constitution check to eat the bowl in one go.
So now the question is, do you make a face or you just try to tough
I'm
it out?
finding the face.
Ooh, roadblock.
Look him right in
on
the
that,
eye.
right?
Give him that bitter beer face.
Look him in the eyes. Establish dominance. Don't break it. Continue to eat whole bowl.
That's the face that I make. And then I. Alright, I'm gonna try to bluff to hide my disgust and bravado through. Is that a bluff?
Yep.
Nah, nice. Oh, damn.
It didn't work.
Not a critical thing.
Face of
It's
disgust.
not a critical.
So Joseph starts laughing, and kind of everyone else in the room joins in with the laughter. And once it quiets down a little, he's like, "This could be very entertaining indeed."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh yeah, you think that's something? And I reach in, take another bite.
Oh my god.
At that I laugh.
He just looks a little uncomfortable.
And then I make this face.
Oh my gosh.
Oh dear.
Okay, so this is a good thing. We can suggest to Roll20 that we need a gift keyboard now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
when you go back for your next bite, he just sort of looks. He's like laughing still, but he's a little uncomfortable that you are like self-punishing yourself.
I mean, he
I'm
can
I
like-
tell
monkey cast
Joseph this is just his
prestidigitation
ego
on it. So.
or his pride.
Yeah.
An
Exactly.
alchemist and a flagellant.
Oh. Okay. And I have. Can Morky take a stealth check?
Of course.
All right. How do I open his sheet? Hold on. Oh, I
He
guess
is a
you didn't.
diminutive creature.
You probably didn't put his stuff in there, huh?
I don't think so.
That'd be fine. I'll just. Morky.
I'll make a note of that
Stealth.
and I'll fix it later.
That's
Unless
no
you
big
want
deal.
to.
His stealth total is 10. So his ability mod is 2. So I'll just roll 20 for Morky.
Okay.
Ooh, that's shitty.
Oh my god.
Nat 1. Okay, so what is he
Wow.
trying to do with this?
Well, he was trying to sneakily prestignify the bowl again.
So, at your command, Mornke waddles over to your bowl and begins shrieking wildly. And he's like doing a little dance around your bowl, and nothing happens.
He doesn't even succeed in the prestidigitation.
It's a nat 1. He doesn't even get to do the spell.
Yeah, it's a nat. Well, it's a nat 1 on the
It tried to
stealth.
cast silently, but it couldn't.
That wasn't a nat 1 on casting. That was a nat 1 on stealth.
Oh.
That's all.
Well,
So
he
he's just
can't.
very
He actually
obvious.
can't cast the spell, right? He would be delivering it for you.
No,
It's one
he
of
has
his
the spell.
abilities.
Oh, he can
Yeah.
do
No,
that. Oh,
I-
okay.
I don't have prestignation. He does.
Oh, well then, yeah, that's exactly what happens. He
Prestigionate.
can't even cast the spell because he's just he doesn't even know what he's doing.
He's just fucking shrieking. Morky, no! Go back over to the other spot at the table.
He just waddles discouraged back towards the spot where he was.
I just look at my my little oatmeal bowl and kind of frown and push it away. Well played, sir.
He walks back over after a little bit. He says, "All right, I suppose that's enough." And he
You have.
waves his hand over your bowl.
Oh, does he?
Yep.
Oh,
Just waves
Okay.
it over and says nothing.
He says the word.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Still keeping an eye on the gloves.
Yeah,
After-
thanks, brother.
After he changes Cycle's pull back, does he give the gloves back to Xanthem or no?
He still has them on. He goes back to
Okay.
his seat and
I
starts
take
messing
another
with his
bite.
bowl.
I take a very gingerish, hesitant bite of my oatmeal. gingerly.
You taste something akin to ice cream, but like not quite right.
Not very good. Yeah, like the user didn't quite know what they were going
Yep.
for. Okay. And I shrug and go, close enough. Cheers, mate.
He nods at you.
I ask Joseph from across the tables, are you gonna give the gloves back now?
Before he answers, says, I'm not too worried. I'll
Wow.
probably ask when Saverick comes back, when we have everybody. Oh, you can.
So
fun
does
with that.
Elithus start to ask and then you like stop him, or okay?
All right. Well, is he gonna respond to that, or can I say something?
Well, Xantham stopped them from talking, I think, unless Elithus
Yeah.
ignores Xantham's warning.
Well, no, like I start asking the question and then Xantham speaks up, and I don't like keep talking over Xantham.
All right. Well, I'm like, so Joseph, I take it the fascination with magical objects comes from the lack of them over the years.
How long has it been at this point that we've been waiting for,
Oh,
what's his name, to go get Sabric?
Ovu and Saverick have probably been okay. So Saverick has been gone for a couple hours now, but
Oh,
Ovu,
Oh, a couple hours?
He missed dinner.
okay,
he left. I mean, that actually makes sense. Like he left while we were cooking.
Yeah.
We weren't quite done cooking, and then
Right,
we
that's
finished
true.
cooking, served dinner,
Fair
ate
enough.
dinner, ate dessert.
Ate
Like it's
dessert,
probably been
yeah.
a couple hours.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess you're right.
it's probably pretty close to 2 hours, I would say. But Ovu has probably been gone like 15, 20 minutes.
I proceed to see if I can see Kirik checking on the gloves. That's why I'm not worried, because I know.
You
Are
two
are
are-
you watching me watch him?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's pretty much what she's saying.
That's why I'm not worried.
Okay.
I'm gonna whip up an alter self extract that I'm gonna cast. It's only gonna take me 1 minute to whip up the extract, and I'll
Sure.
cast it on Morky to make him look like a legit monkey. Is that okay?
Ooh.
I think so. Is that within the confines of Alter Self, or would that be Disguise Self?
I think that it works.
So I
Kind
think
of
Alter
rare.
Self
I mean,
just
you can
gives
turn
you the
yourself into different
features.
Oh, it doesn't actually make you look like them.
You assume the form of a creature of the same type as your normal form. The new form must be within one size category of your
Oh,
normal
okay,
size.
then yes.
So since he's a
So you
monkey,
can do
Totally.
it.
he could turn into a normal-looking monkey.
Totally.
Awesome.
Instead of a blobby tumor monkey.
Right. And my goal in doing this is, well, should be obvious as I look at my friends, and my Morky takes on a much cuter appearance and
You could
hops
always
over.
ask me to help you with that.
Oh, right. You can cast Alter Self all the time.
No, I can
Oh.
cast Pup Shape, which makes things cute.
Cast what
Oh
shape?
my goodness, really?
What
I
is
hope
it?
it's so cute.
Oh, actually, no, I can't. Well, I don't have it prepared for today. I didn't realize it's a third level spell. Damn.
Pup shape?
makes-
Oh.
Pup
That
Shape
is so adorable.
transforms a single animal or magical beast into a younger, cuter version of itself.
Oh my
What?
goodness. We
Oh.
need that for the sarcopod.
Any
That's so
non-evil
cute.
creature that attempts to attack a creature in this form must succeed at a will save to overcome the feelings of guilt and protectiveness toward the young, innocent-seeming creature.
Oh,
Oh my
Jesus.
god, that's the best.
Yes.
That's literally just Pokemon can't attack sleeping baby Pokemon.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Evil creatures have no qualms about attacking the target of this spell. In fact,
That's
some
true.
particularly heinous creatures might go out of their way to do the target harm.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Pup Self. That's the best.
So I turn to Joseph and I go, so fascination with magical objects comes from the lack of them over the years, I take it?
Well, the Etherians treat it as contraband, and anything that they want destroyed has value.
That much is true. OnStar has been really on the receiving end of that.
OnStar's a bit of a mixed bag, I suppose. They've got enough Etherian culture there. It's not the greatest place for artifacts.
True, but it's better than Etherian army. The Etherian army.
Well, it shan't be long until the Etherian army captures Enstar, as I understand it.
There is a reason why we're here.
I see.
Maybe we shouldn't get into that quite yet, Kirik.
Oh, don't worry. The negotiations will wait until we have everyone here.
But it is good to be lighthearted, though.
I agree. So, Joseph, I was wondering, and I kind of hold up, toast my like ice cream at him, like it's some sort of like wine glass or something. Like, so I was wondering, uh, what what is your group? So you're the famous monster group. Have any tales about monster hunting? We've done a bit of that ourselves.
As you can see.
As you
Yeah.
can
What's in my
see
bag
from...
Yeah,
can't-
didn't we
what can you
present
see
the...
from-
Well, I presented them
I
to
don't-
him as you saw.
Okay,
my
as you
bag.
saw.
There we go. Okay. I didn't know if you were like whipping out the skull or something.
No, it's not a skull actually. It's just sitting in the bag still. We couldn't use the meat.
Are you talking about? You're talking about the Hydra. I think
Yeah,
you
the
said
Hydra.
cephalopod.
Yeah, okay.
Did we present them already? I didn't
Yeah, I
Well,
did
remember
earlier.
Kirik
that.
did, and then he said, let's wait for it later.
And he was
Oh, okay.
fascinated with my bag.
Right.
Seems to be a
Right.
common thing.
He does seem to have, I will say, meta-wise, he does seem. Cycle notices that he does seem to have quite an interest in any magical items we have.
He might
Oh, he
take up
does.
Monkey.
Well, no, he doesn't like Morky. He doesn't like anybody with familiars. So that's interesting.
Bad experience with someone with a familiar, I'm sure.
They're all
Yeah,
thieves,
I'll
man.
ask him
Hence the
that.
outlook.
So have you've had a bad experience with someone with a familiar, I take it. And as I say this, I get Morky to kind of walk over and jump on my shoulder and look super cute
For 6
eyes.
minutes.
for 6 minutes.
I can't actually cast pup shape, so.
It's okay. I already cast Alter Self on him,
Oh, okay.
so he looks like a cute little monkey.
Every 6 minutes he just turns and has to like reapply his costume.
He just fucking he just goes back. He like blinks to Mr. Hyde for a second, just morphs back into this little Dr. Jekyll form.
So, when you say that, his brow kind of furrows a little, and he says, "Yes, something of great value was taken from me by a man with an ape rather similar to yours."
Is that so? Who was this man?
I did not know him well. He sought refuge here from a storm. And us being the fools we were at the time, we gave him shelter for longer than we should have, and he found his way into my quarters, or at least his monkey found his way into my quarters, and made off with a bracelet of mine.
Was this bracelet of magical value or sentimental? If you
Uh,
don't mind my asking.
a mix of both, I would say.
Is it
Ah.
possible we could track this person down? Or is it he's long gone?
How
Long time
long
ago?
ago did this happen?
Oh, probably 5 years or so.
Oh, okay.
My guess is, well, he seemed like an islander to me, so he's probably fled to the west, and I have no interest of going there. It is not of that high of value to me. But still, to be stolen from leaves a bad taste in one's mouth.
Of course.
This ice cream sure doesn't.
I'm quite familiar with bad tastes in the mouth myself.
Way to lighten up the mood. And I roll
He
my eyes.
definitely laughs at both of those comments.
See? See?
Nice job.
It worked. Joseph will remember that.
Oh, where's Elithis?
These other three are very quiet.
Sitting at the table?
Oh, really? Oh, I just don't see your
He's
icon.
right there. Oh, really?
Yeah, these three are just kind of quietly observing. They seem to seem to have a lot of respect for Joseph whenever he's speaking or moving. They're just sort of like waiting for to be acknowledged.
Oh,
So you all make your living out here, slaying monsters. How's that work?
Well, we get contracts. I can't really speak to, well, I can't really discuss the clients that give us these contracts, but we are contracted to apprehend anything and anyone from hardened criminals to beasts that are causing problems.
What?
oh, I was like, where are you guys? I didn't.
Oh.
I was like, found you. I wasn't paying that close attention.
Okay.
So, any cool monsters that you could elaborate on that you've hunted?
Well,
Slain?
typically, the largest money, the largest monetary rewards that we bring in are actually for capturing and
Oh.
delivering more than killing. Um, Usually we capture exotic magical beasts and sell them.
Oh.
Sell them to who?
The clients, of course.
Oh, of course. I didn't mean to pry.
I
just
whispered
just
to
curious.
Cycle.
Hey,
There's quite the market in Etheria for such things, actually.
what would they do
A
with them?
magical
Burn them?
creature.
They hate magical things.
Well, I certainly can't speak to their reasons or what they do with them, but I go where the money is.
I whispered to Cycle, hey, do you think he sold that dragon thing that we ran into?
I'm gonna point out that we didn't ever actually see a dragon.
Oh, we never saw it? Okay,
No, you
good.
didn't.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
However, we
I
do
really
know
doubt
that Bafuk had a dragon.
Oh, okay.
I lean over to
Whisper
Xanthan
that.
and
Yeah, because
whisper,
Jamash mentioned it.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Jamish dragon thing?
Your dad?
Cycle's
dad?
dad.
My dad. What
Yeah.
about it?
He said that he saw a dragon and it was alive. Do you think they captured it and gave it to them? Because Joseph's being very, very suspicious on clients.
Ever come across any what's the mightiest beast you've come across?
Well, there are all manner of powerful beasts. Most powerful.
Cue sound of Darpe quickly looking through.
No, I'm
notes.
just trying to
For the
think
CR
of
ratings.
That's okay.
what Joseph would have encountered,
Mm-hmm.
and then trying to think in terms of what he would consider powerful, not necessarily what the game says is powerful.
Right. I'm kind of
Cthulhu.
I'm aware I'm putting you on the spot here.
No, you're good.
Cthulhu.
He probably would say dragon, just because
Cthulhu.
that's most memorable. I don't think they've come across any Cthulhu.
Dragon Cthulhu.
You don't
Good luck
come
if you
across
did.
many old gods and live.
It's just a
Well,
ball of tentacles.
There
and
actually is a
37 wings.
template that you can apply to any creature to make them an agent of Cthulhu.
Yep.
Yes, but that wouldn't
called
make them a
badass.
Cthulhu.
Would you say it's called badass?
It's called Badass. Badass template.
Nice.
Badass template number 5. Bow, 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 bow.
So does he emit dragon?
I would say that he mentions a dragon. Yeah, he rambles off a list of like 3 or 4, and you catch dragon on the list for sure.
I gently nudge Cycle, like,
Dragon. That's quite interesting.
A small drake. We acquired the egg some time ago.
Oh, so you have like a little
That's-
nursery then.
Quite an impressive feat.
Yeah, money can purchase many things.
I see it purchases discretion, as it should. Though I can't help but wondering if you feel morally responsible at all for people that you're giving such powerful animal or beasts to.
And why would we?
Come to think of it, I'm
I would nudge Cycle and look at him and be like, "What? Who are you?" You would never ask that question.
I chip in and say,
Fair point.
well, because they're animals still. Do you ever worry about their care, or you just, I don't know. Do you care? Or
Do you worry about the chicken eggs that you consume?
I
was thinking-
prefer organic.
I just love that Xantham is asking a monster slayer if he cares about the welfare of the animals he's giving away.
I can't say that I do, young lady.
Oh.
Yeah,
I give Xantham
so
a
he's
look.
giving them to Aetherians.
Pilgrim.
I
Wait,
sigh.
1 second. I give Xantham one sec. I'm gonna roll it as probably a bluff because I wouldn't count it as an intimidator. It's a what the fuck are you doing look.
To a bluff, I'm sure he sends them to a wonderful farm.
Do
Okay.
I sense motive?
What are you doing with this bluff?
I'm giving Xantham a look like, what the fuck are you doing?
I look back and I'm just like, what? I care.
I'm sorry I'm lawful good, okay?
Thank you, Carrick.
I am the goody two-shoes. It's like Paladin. No one likes the Paladin in the group except the Paladin.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well,
So Joseph says to you that he hasn't survived this long by concerning himself with gray areas of morality.
I see.
I lean over and I go, let's be honest, Zoo. Was it really moral to ambush a Hydra and cut off its head with many arrows?
Well, I was encouraged by you guys.
But in the end, it came
That
down
is
to
a
your
facile argument.
gray area
Also-
of morality.
And on the
That's a Hydra.
Okay. Let me clarify here too. And it was killed quickly. It wasn't prolonged death.
But it was killed.
Swiftly, might I add.
She just put it out
And
of
I commend
other
you for
people's
it.
misery.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What if? And then I pause and don't say anything. I would have said, what if it got captured and sold live for someone else? But I decided to hold that.
Okay. And with that, you hear footsteps.
Footsteps.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's a fucking monster! It's fucking Cthulhu, the old one.
I'm gonna check on my cauldron and pot real quick. I'll be right back. I head out over here and I whip up a batch, a couple extracts of focus scrutiny.
Okay. And you hear some
And I drink
familiar
water.
voices and some footsteps from around the corner.
Plop, 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 plop.
Mhm.
Saverick. Ooh,
Saverick, are you wearing
you
flip flops?
finally arrived.
Flip-flops.
Welcome.
They're Crocs, actually.
Do you want
Made
to
of
try
actual
some?
Made
croc.
from actual
Awesome.
crocodile.
There you go.
You'll notice that I've removed my breastplate and my clothing, and that I'm just kind of freely bleeding from all of my
Orifices.
wounds
Orifices.
from the serpapard.
You're bleeding from your asshole.
My anus is bleeding.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Anyway,
What the fuck?
what?
No, I'm just gonna follow Saverick.
Oh.
You're like, what the shit? I'm trying to figure out
He
why
is
he's bleeding.
emo.
Yeah, but this takes it to a whole new levels. Savrik, are you cutting? We gotta get you help.
The sad thing is the only way we can actually heal Savrik is if we were to get a wand of like inflict light wounds,
Yep.
Yeah.
which would do exactly what happened to him.
So, I suppose is like Ovu like helping you walk, or are you just like manning it up through the blood?
I'm stumbling a little bit.
Okay.
But you're
Faltering.
manning up alone.
Yeah.
So
Sort of supporting myself a little bit with my glaive.
So Ovu's following close behind, and he has an arm a little bit farther out than would be normal for his posture, like he's ready to catch Savrik at a moment's notice. And then you guys all see him enter the room.
I'm gonna hang back just enough so that he'll look more badass walking in that way alone.
Attaboy, wingman!
You got my
Um,
picture, yeah.
Dapur notices almost immediately and puts her spoon down and just stares. And Aiko looks over his shoulder briefly, then goes back to eating. Let's see.
She's thirsty for that Savrik.
Don't drink up his blood.
No, a
And
different
then
kind of
some.
thirst.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And then Katos, she also stares at Savrik, particularly the wound across his stomach. Right, you have a wound across your stomach, or is it shoulders? I can't remember which one you were.
Oh,
Gutted.
did you see my picture?
I thought you linked the beer face again.
You did.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
You did.
You walk in looking like that.
All the good you tried to do to make me look awesome walking in. Sorry, if I can get my computer to cooperate.
I rush up to Savrik, give him a bowl of ice cream.
And I suppose Cycle, at this point, when you were out there, you will have noticed now that it's starting to get dark outside, like it's sunset now.
Gotcha.
The people inside will not have noticed this because there's no windows in the dining room. Oh, good Google link.
Yeah, right.
Nice and small.
It gets the point across.
Oh my god. That looks so bad.
To quote the post, everyone needs more shirtless Geralt in their lives. I know I do.
Oh my.
Oh my
The scarred
goodness.
man.
That's so ridiculous.
Price his
Are you
nipple is still
shirtless?
attached.
Yeah, I have my like armor and stuff off.
He's
You know,
pretty
it's
much just wearing
it's
trousers.
continuing to get more bloody.
Oh.
Bad motherfucker.
He doesn't have to walk far. I'll scooch over. I'll scooch over to the half elf here and do the little pat on the bench here, so he can sit down.
Want some ice cream, buddy?
What the hell is ice cream?
Good point.
We don't know,
Ovu
but it
missed it
tastes
too. Everyone in this room got a delicious ice cream treat, except for the people who left to do important things. They get nothing.
So
Keeping an eye on the
Joseph stands up and approaches Savrik before he reaches the table.
Oh, please don't stain the gloves. I yell out.
I
can feel the warmth of your carrying, Xanthem.
He sort of ignores Xanthem's comment and approaches you and asks you just what it is it that you think you are doing, Savrik.
Dead silence. Cleaving?
Bleeding.
Oh. Well, that's obvious.
He's not wrong.
Well, I can see that. How does that help our cause?
by the way, during this time, I sneak around Joseph and sit on the other side of the bench, so he can sit down without having to walk to
Aw.
the other side of the dinner area.
What a nice
Spreading his
cat.
blood everywhere.
He's so nice. Kirk.
So nice.
Well, whatever your reasons, don't get yourself killed. You still owe me a lot of money.
Oh, is he talking about like me being all bad, or me wandering off?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Your debt is not paid. You cannot die.
I look at him squarely, but I don't say anything to him, and I'm not really trying to like intimidate him or anything. I just give him a long hard look.
He turns his back and
This
walks back to the
fine,
table.
healthy gentleman.
Aiko gives you a friendly nod when you sit down, but he doesn't say anything. And Ovu enters the room and looks kind of bummed.
Because there's no seats.
Yep.
There's seats.
He can come sit
Just
over here
over
by
there.
the cycle. Yeah.
Yep.
hmm
But that's not why he
Let's
looks
sit
bummed.
next to his bro dude, though.
Ovu, we thank you for finding Savrik. Now we can start the meeting.
Now
Ooh,
Savrik can
hold
tell
on.
us what the hell just happened to him and why he's all bloody.
He's been
Kirk.
bloody.
Where are you going?
Yeah.
There's still oatmeal ice cream left, right?
Oh yeah. Yes. Yes,
I
there
mean, I'm
wait,
sure
so-
we made a enormous bowl of it.
And with
Wait.
that, Katos excuses herself.
Wait, so
Aw.
he's been bloody?
Yeah, since
Yeah,
the
yeah.
I got fucked up
serpapod.
by the serpapod.
Like
and,
half life.
You're still bleeding from that?
I took off my bandages out in the woods. You would
Oh, I thought
assume.
you went and I thought you went and like beat the shit out of something.
No.
Fuck you,
Not that
nature.
bad.
I sharpened the shit out of my sword though.
Gotcha.
Oh my.
2 hours of sharpening. Wink.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Need a little
got
TLC.
I like to be alone when I sharpen my sword as well.
Oh my god, you guys.
Just
Do you-
kidding.
do you-
I like.
Do you actually say this?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't help but giggle.
So,
I mentioned as I walk by, I go, so that's what they're calling it nowadays.
Dapur kind of smiles, like some of the worry has washed out of her face. And you can see that Aiko is kind of grinning as well. Joseph, on the other hand, no humor observed.
Okay.
No
Hey.
humor detected. Warning.
I'm winning them over one at a time. I think I've made everybody here smile at least once.
Mm-hmm.
So Joseph actually gets up and now stands over here away from the table so he can see everyone. And he just says, okay, so you've been with us long enough now. You've done us the courtesy of giving us some very interesting flavors from far corners of the world.
By the way, I come back with a bowl for Savrik and Ovu and give them one and sit back down.
Okay.
Way to go, bro.
And mind you, all the while, Joseph is still wearing your gloves.
Yeah, well, I rolled a perception to keep an eye on them.
Um,
That's why I said don't stain them.
he
Don't tend to your wounded friend. That's all I hear.
Oh, hearts.
put an arrow in his ass.
Yes.
He likes it that way.
If it was if it was a light arrow of inflict minor wounds, it would actually heal him.
Mhm.
Yep.
Just be an arcane archer. Shoot healing arrows into people.
So anyway, after he has that like brief beginning to his speech or whatever the hell this monologue is, he says that it's probably about time we got down to business. Why are you here?
Well, as I'm sure you've already figured out, Etheria has been very successful in its recent attacks and what would we call it? Offensive.
Yes, I suppose
And?
you could say that.
Invasion.
And as you've said yourself, you know why we're here. We are desperate. It's simple as that. And you know as well as I do.
I'm
Hey.
giving you deer in headlights again.
There's no use. There's no use. There's no use trying to. There's no use trying to fucking sit here and lie and
What's
say
your
we're on.
language?
Just lead with all the bad. You're just like, listen, as you know, we are dead men.
No, not dead. Just worse off than we should be. Because obviously they caught us by surprise. But we came here to ask for your help. And I'm sure our government, we speaking for them, would be more than willing to pay for your help. And Joseph, I'm sure you've already noticed many of your companions are people that Aetherians find to be less than favorable. And I'm sure you
Of
know their
course.
views on people like that.
Lacia is not much better in terms of tieflings. And
That
their
may
kin.
be true, but it's better than death.
Exactly.
It would
There
be
are places
quite
they can
some
find
time
acceptance.
before the Aetherians could track us, I'm confident.
But
I
it
don't
would
know,
happen.
but they're growing stronger every day that we don't try to stop them.
If necessary, we could flee to the northern wastes.
They will
But by
reach
running
every
away,
corner of the earth.
You seem rather confident of that.
How
Without your
much
help, they
gold
will
is there
be.
to be made in the northern wastes, Joseph?
As much as we take with us. To be honest, there would be very little profit at that point. It would be survival, I'm sure.
And then extinction.
Of old age, I'm sure.
Don't
And
you
what
want to
about
Does that
prolong
sound
the
appealing to
legacy?
you? Doesn't seem like a fitting end for a monster hunter, if you ask me.
Wither away in the dust?
Neither does fighting a battle that doesn't interest me.
Oh, but it does.
I'm
Saverick.
listening.
Saverick?
Saverick fixes Joseph squarely, and he says, "And what about the code and your father's legacy and your father's father's legacy? Are you willing to let all that fall to the Aetherians?"
Certainly not, but I wouldn't throw it away in a outnumbered battle either. From what I hear, you scarcely have a man to stand against them.
Without your help, we don't.
What are you offering? You still have not offered anything.
What are you wanting? We'll start from there.
No. Offer.
Well,
That
as you can...
sounded way too sexy.
no. Offer yourself.
He pulls his ball gag out of his. No, I'm kidding.
No. It is certainly a band of silence.
Oh my god.
Well,
So,
I look around the team.
As a side note, I'm going to remind everyone that in Savrick's communication with your mom, Xantham, and Carrot, he had asked for certain protections and things.
Right. Okay, well,
And
I'll let
Perhaps you
Garrick...
bring those up now, Carrot?
Garrick?
Or
Well, where is that
Saverick.
note? I've been trying to find it. Is it in
It
the
is
letter?
it is a handout. Letters, probably to the mayors. Yep, that's the one.
Wait, letter to the mayors? Where is that?
Did Saverick
Um,
get an individual letter, or is it exactly the same?
I got something from somebody else,
He got it from Aiko,
Oh.
which is actually the man sitting to your left.
and
I
it
see.
didn't have anything to do with this.
Alright. I'm reading it. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, it says, tell them we are prepared to supply them with food, weapons, and masonry work. Unfortunately, we cannot bargain with anything else right now, but you can find something else to give them.
Well, we've been told that we'd be able to supply you with the food, weapons, and masonry work you'd need to supply this place. Most likely this place, I'd imagine, is your home. In
For
order
now,
to prepare this
yes.
home to its I'm sure, glory days. And I'm sure you've seen Sylvanost and its architecture. I'm sure you realize that we could do some very nice things with your situation here.
Could turn this this keep into a proper fortress.
True, and I'm sure you're also getting very sick of oatmeal. How quickly you were willing to trust a stranger to cook your food.
Shazam!
An excellent point.
Shazam.
And I'm
I'm,
sure you're
though to be fair, I'm a hard man to poison, and he smiles.
That may be true, but what if I specialized in? Jeez, you were very quick to trust.
I'm gonna interrupt you here.
yeah.
We're not
Jerk.
poison. It was delicious food. Was it not delicious?
It was delicious, and we have no intentions of harming anyone here.
Yeah, there's only one
quickly
person
say.
bleeding in the room.
The point is this: on
We
the
didn't
one
harm
hand,
you.
on the
That
one
was the
hand,
Serpa part.
you have the certainty of living out the rest of your days in the northern wastes. On the other hand, you have the possibility of gaining favorable relations with the nearby population, a restored keep from which you can have an even better business, and a long career, a long and very,
Heroic.
very what would you say?
Prosperous.
I think profit beats more than
Prosperous
anything.
career.
Profitable.
A very profitable career as the leader of a base of operations.
Who would most likely be considered very
And prestigious.
key,
Yes,
very key in helping win the war? Depending on,
You'd be
how
welcomed
things
as a
go.
hero in OnStar for the rest of your days.
A hero amongst the Ioma Day worshippers. How quaint.
How did Clyde take that? little comment?
Claude definitely glared a little bit.
Yeah, Joseph's a prick.
At
And-
this point,
What
I
I-
might say that, like, while their current situation is less than desirable from the Lacian point of view, the only way in which their lives would improve in any way is if they put a little bit of risk into it.
I'm
And
gonna
as
whisper-
monster hunters, I'm sure they're used to taking risks.
We are familiar with risks, yes.
I'm gonna whisper. I'm gonna cast a meaningful look to Xantham, and then look at the gloves that Joseph is still wearing. Like, maybe
Oh,
maybe sweeten the pot with something we know he likes.
I give these
Possum.
eyes of like. What did Sefric say? Possum?
Pussy.
Oh.
He coughed. I just coughed into my bowl. Just a little blood.
So,
A
Joseph,
glare
the
at
room is
Sefric.
rather silent while Joseph watches you all whisper amongst yourselves. And go ahead.
Well, hold on. I'll see what he starts to say here. See how he takes this.
Masonry would be helpful, and a variety of food would certainly be welcome, especially if one could flavor it however one desired. And he holds his glove a little bit.
His glove?
Uh-huh.
Dropping some fucking hints.
And then he says, "How many swords would you require?"
How many would we require? Wouldn't you require?
No, he means
Well-
people.
It's
Oh.
Well, I'm certain that you need people here to defend the hearth, as it were. Because
Eh,
leaving this place unattended would probably be, less than desirable as someone who probably wants
most
to keep
people
it.
aren't aware it's here, and those that are assume it's defended at all times. Nobody would dare assault us.
Because you have such a badass reputation?
I would then be like, well, we would love your help in defending OnStar, but we also have business with monsters afterwards.
Yes.
Well,
Wait. What now?
They're
Awkward.
While our first duty has been, or while our primary concern is OnStar, due to recent smuggling of magical books, if I'm right.
books and other things they don't agree with.
Actually, the smuggling operations are headed to Tarsus.
Tarsus.
Yeah, but they're taking them out of OnStar.
They're taking them
taking
out
them
of
out of-
Thorold.
Yeah, Thorold.
Oh, I thought they were going to OnStar. Why did I think they
There
were going to OnStar?
is, because originally I had said there was a library in OnStar, because there is a smaller one, but the larger thing in OnStar is actually a cathedral to Iomedae.
Oh, then why do I care about OnStar at all?
Because it's under siege, and
That's
after
good.
OnStar, they're going to head east and cut off the people who are taking books from Thorold.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yes, and then, okay, there we go. Thank you for clarifying. Yes, they are, well, our primary concern is OnStar because it's under siege in order to gain help from our own military on our personal operations in the, I can't see the map, so I don't, like the wetlands.
There's actually a copy of the map in inventory.
Ooh, there it is. Yes, cool. In the Midlands, we encountered a dangerous alchemist who was creating some less than natural creatures.
The other thing I will say about OnStar is that if they control that area, they'll control one of the major passes to the Whispering Cliffs.
That's not good.
And I wouldn't like that for reasons that I probably wouldn't have explained to anyone.
Yeah. So, you say he's creating monsters.
From monsters.
For lack of a better word, yes.
We
Yes.
may have seen one of these.
I described the one that we fought in detail. To see if he
So
remembers that.
Joseph thinks for a minute, and then you see him turn around and bang on the wall behind him 3 times.
Hey, the black girl. The girl in the cape.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
No, I'm kidding.
And when he does that, the 3 other monster hunters in the room, Daipur, Aiko, and Ovu, all 3 stand up and walk out quietly.
Oh, okay. Bye, guys.
Somebody doesn't like it though. What about
Whoops, that
Claude?
wasn't supposed to happen. Hold on.
Oh, hello again.
There. There. Almost. There.
Claude's still here.
Yes, you're right. Damn it. So many tokens.
I don't
Okay.
see
No.
anybody
Too many cooks.
besides Joseph.
You don't?
Too many cooks.
Why? What do you mean? Yeah, you're not supposed to see anybody but Joseph. I told you they got up and walked out.
Oh, but I thought you said 3 other people appeared.
No, 3. Well, 4 actually walked out.
Oh.
And with that, you hear a slight creak, and as the door opens in the back room, and you see a woman wearing what looks like it might be a robe made entirely of like raven feathers, comes walking into the room, and she's
I bristle a little bit.
she's rather ominous looking.
Oh, Kirk's new girlfriend.
Intently look at this lady.
Okay.
The fact that she's wearing what is on my body is probably not a very good sign.
Well, you've got blue feathers though.
That's great. Unfortunately, feathers are
He wants
feathers.
highlights.
Birds of a feather.
Fly together, flock together.
Birds of a feather apparently get plucked and put on this woman's cloak.
She got some fetish.
Hands on the hip too. Sassy
Yep.
walk.
Yep. Okay, so you look her over, but she still has her hood up, so it's kind of hard to see her face. You can tell that she is rather pale-skinned, probably human. She stands taller than most women. Beyond that, I can't give you much of the 13.
No.
How
What
about
about
a
Elephant?
22?
Oh, 22. 25, good God, okay. Let's see, you can tell that she has a It's not a sickle, but it's a curved blade that's a lot like a sickle but smaller. It's a butchering instrument. And she's got that hanging just inside of her cloak. You can see it kind of shine out when she's walking. Kirik, you can tell that she actually has a very slight limp that she labors to disguise while she walks. You think her left leg might have been broken and not healed correctly, or something to that effect. But you're the only one that notices that. She approaches Joseph, and Joseph leans over to her and whispers in her ear.
What is
Ooh,
she saying?
Gotta be fucking kidding me.
nice. Bird ears.
Cacao.
This group claims to have seen the creations of the alchemist. And she turns to you all after hearing this and says, "Where is his base of operations?"
Should
In the
Kirik
Midlands.
show his wounds that he got from the monster?
That's later.
Oh, that's later? Okay.
Curious, as this ominous woman is asking us questions about monsters. Why do you ask?
I would say that is none of your concern, child.
But
Severed
isn't
that.
it?
Sort of have
Why?
a personal investment with it.
I hear that you
I
would
sense
like
motive.
I hear that you would like our assistance. We would be
This is
much easier persuaded with the free giving of information regarding this man.
I had to step out for a second, so
How's
I missed something.
You missed a
Yeah,
really sexy
Lady in
black
Black came down.
lady. No, she's not black. She's wearing a cape
Lady
covered
in
in
Black.
ravens.
She can be black.
Covered in ravens. Just a bunch
Just
of
dead
ravens strapped
ravens.
to her. No, like living
They're all
ravens.
like, "Ah! Just feathers flying
Black raven
everywhere.
feathers.
I have much wisdom. There's these birds trying to escape,
So-
flying in every direction.
Basically, the negotiations started. Joseph hasn't quite been swayed yet, but Kirik mentioned that you guys found some monsters
Actually,
in
that
the.
was Elithus, I believe.
That was me.
Oh,
Hmm.
Althus mentioned that you found some monsters to the north in the Midlands that were made by an alchemist. And Joseph almost immediately turned around and knocked 3 times on the wall behind him. And then all of the other monster hunters in the room got up and left, except for your group. And then the lady wearing black feathers came out, and Joseph whispered to her. Kirik heard what he whispered. And then she turned around and asked you all for information regarding his location.
We're
Gotcha.
hesitant to give it up.
Why are we
And then
hesitant
she
to
didn't
give
like
that up?
I was just simply curious why she asked, and then she said that we would be more persuaded if
I'm
persuaded if
sensing motive with my extra special +10 to
Oh my.
due to the fucking thing.
the thing you took.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Oh wait.
That's with a
Okay,
10.
that's not that bad. Plus 10, so it's 25.
Oh, 25. Okay.
Yeah.
You can sense.
Wait, hold on one second. I'm going to make sure that is one that's included. I'm sure it is, but focus scrutiny, +10 perception, sense motive, and survival checks.
Yep. So you are rather certain you detect just a hint of vengeance in her voice.
Okay.
If the tone wasn't enough. The way
we're
she said
we're
this,
perfectly
man.
willing to be forthcoming, especially since I get the sense that you also have, I guess, a cross to bear wouldn't make much sense to say in this universe.
Vendetta.
Since you also seem to have a vendetta against the creators of these creatures. We came across them. How would I communicate that? To the north east?
Yeah, you can say he's in the
Is that
Midlands.
correct?
Or you could show her
In the
your map.
Midlands. We came across him in the Midlands. And I'll pull out the map and show where.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not gonna do that. Can I
Okay.
take it back?
Sure.
I'm gonna say we came across him somewhere in the Midlands. We would be much more forthcoming with information, if you care to explain why you want to know so much. He wounded, or the creatures that this alchemist has created wounded my father, and our companion, Kirik.
He seems to have recovered nicely.
Yeah,
I
well,
speak up as this doctor that he has not recovered entirely.
I see.
not all things are as they seem.
She eyes Kirik curiously.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up later,
But
but
now
since
that's
it's
up.
already out in the air, yeah.
Go for it.
After being attacked by one of these creatures, seems like it had an extra special effect on me, and nothing's happened yet. But that was only because of the care of both Elithus and another companion we met in where was it? Where did we end up going? What was that city? Hang on, I had the map.
Ergonost?
Ergonost, yeah.
Yeah,
The
Ergonost.
fort.
But unfortunately, they weren't able to cure it. All they were able to do was stop it.
I see.
Down.
But they are working on a cure, correct?
I am aware of a cure.
As much as
I'm
they-
simply unable to perform it at this time.
I see. And with that, let's see. Kirik, why don't you give me a perception check? Oh, damn, son.
Nice.
You. I'm debating whether or not to reveal this.
Take your time, take your time.
So when you mentioned that it has a special effect on you, she kind of smiles slightly sadistically.
That's creepy.
Okay. Gonna sense note of that.
Yeah.
Ha!
Oh, there you
Oh,
go, boy.
What?
There you
nice.
fucking go.
First one.
What was her intent?
You believe from your excellent skills at determining a person's core personality traits that she is very interested in particular forms of suffering and likes to observe how they affect people as they're dying. So
Oh my
she's
God.
very sadistic. Yeah.
No wonder everyone stays away from her.
Yes.
Do I also pick that up?
Probably not.
I guess I'd pick that up to a much lower extent.
To a
like, I
much
get the
lesser
sense-
extent, yeah.
Much lesser extent, okay.
She seems unusually curious about Kirik's condition. How about that?
Okay.
So that means she's interested in Savrik then, because he's dying.
Not of a interesting
Right,
cause, though.
Yeah.
She's probably seen hundreds of people die to bleeding out.
Wow.
That's boring now.
Probably
That doesn't
most
even
of
get
them
up.
at her hands.
Very
She doesn't get a
pedestrian
half
level
chub
of
from that.
suffering.
I like that.
Chub.
She's scary.
So, you said
after
that you
picking
would
up
be
on
more
that-
forthcoming with that. Sorry, go ahead.
After apparently determining her sadism, I pick it up and go, yeah, if you ended up helping healers in Ergonost. Ergonost is apparently getting a rather large influx of people affected by this little affliction. It's been
As
going
I
around.
said, we would be more forthcoming with the details of this discovery if you care to be a little more forthcoming in why you're so interested.
Oh, I already figured that out.
Information for information.
No, we didn't. You figured out that she's interested in that one particular thing. We didn't figure out her particular interest in the alchemist. They already knew that shit was there before she knew. You only know she's particularly interested in your disease.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
So, what was asked of her again? Sorry.
So I'm saying we would be more forthcoming in the details of this alchemist and how we came across the disease or where we came across it, in exchange for her being more open about why she's so interested in it.
So she looks at Joseph, and they kind of exchange
Furtive look.
an understanding nod of agreement. And Joseph says, "We will lend you our swords if you will tell us all we want to know when we have finished this task."
This task, as in.
Defending OnStar.
Okay. Just
I
on Star?
How long do you want this contract to last, young lady?
To
When
also
to
defeat
win
the alchemist.
the war, not just the battles.
Well,
wow, greedy much, Sam?
yeah, I'm just gonna say, like, meta, that seems to be really reaching.
I think you would have to offer us substantially more than what you've offered here today
Okay.
for us to
We haven't offered the gloves yet.
consign ourselves to your war as a whole.
Okay. I see. Anyways, come
No,
on,
I
guys.
don't believe the gloves have been directly offered.
No, not yet. I'm still sighing inside,
Right.
debating on.
I'll
guess we
give
have
you
Monkey.
I'll give you a counter offer. Considering that this alchemist lair we came across had the corpse of a. Oh wait, we don't know that there
We
was
don't know about the dragon.
We
dragon.
know
Actually,
there
you
was a
do.
dragon.
Do
You
We
do.
know there's a
because
dragon
your
there.
dad.
You didn't directly see it, though.
Right.
Word of mouth.
Okay. I'm gonna say, um, considering that that this alchemist lair we came across had the corpse of a drake, had the corpse of a dragon in it as well. I'm beginning to think that um, perhaps your interest in it, perhaps you might owe us a little more than defending OnStar. I think that we would be glad to accept your proposition if you would also uh, assist us in tending to this alchemist and his creatures. Or perhaps I should say that you would benefit from our assistance in that matter.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it. Instead of putting blame.
I was gonna say, you're sort of in the desperate bargaining situation, and he knows it.
I am? Okay.
Well, because he can just send you on your way.
Yeah,
It's
he
true.
can just say no, and then we're fucked. Because like the whole reason we came here was because we needed them.
Yeah, I'm trying to have a discussion, not. I guess I shouldn't have used the term. I have a counteroffer for you, but I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to say it in like a forceful way at all.
Okay. I would say that we do not wish a head-on confrontation with this alchemist at this time. He may still be useful to us.
What do you mean? Could you elaborate?
I would prefer not to elaborate on that. It is a sensitive strategic matter.
Very well. How about we exchange information after we defend OnStar?
Sense motive, Kirk.
Oh,
Very well. I suppose we should discuss the more fine details of the bargain.
god damn it.
No.
I don't think my plus 10's gonna save me there.
12 won't get you much. What are we sense
No.
motiving here?
How sensitive was that subject? Like, does he have any personal investment in this alchemist?
You can tell that
Perhaps
it's
he's a little-
not personal for him, that it is very much a a secret, like it's a strategic thing for his organization. He doesn't want to talk about it with many people.
He
Gotcha.
makes monsters, they kill monsters. That's business profit.
I think
he makes
we got a
monsters.
pretty-
He sells monsters.
I'm gonna say I think we got a pretty good deal. I think we got so right now I think we got this is meta. I think we got as much out of this as we're gonna get. They're gonna help us defend OnStar, and we're gonna exchange information instead of just us giving them our information on the Alchemist.
And when Joseph
so-
mentions that he will defend OnStar, the woman standing next to him is just sort of staring at him, a little surprised.
Well, I guess it wouldn't be a sense motive. Oh well, fuck it.
Perception.
Oh, perception.
All right, so Joseph.
So that's a 24 perception.
Okay.
Now you got 25. Xanthem's got it anyway.
Yeah, you definitely can see that she is giving him not a happy look.
Okay.
Ooh. Confliction.
All right, so I look at Joseph and I say, your help will be greatly appreciated.
Greatly,
And I'm sure
greatly.
after
Yes.
the pressure has been relieved from OnStar, we'd be able to get you in contact with people who are a bit more higher up in the chain. Unfortunately, they're a little busy right now.
I
I'm sure you
imagine
know.
so,
Busy.
yes. So, shall we discuss the more fine details of this agreement?
Yeah.
In the morning, I will have a document delivered to you stating exactly how much food and of what quantities of each kind we require, delivered on a weekly basis.
You want a chariot horse with that too? I'm kidding.
Yes, if it's being offered.
Nah.
I nervously giggle.
You can tell that he understands you were joking.
Okay. Whew.
We will accept no more than a single architect and his masons, and they must be supervised at all times. If there is any funny business, they will all be killed.
No monkey business, right?
Yes, exactly that. And at that joke, Alex walks out of the room.
She has no
Sounds
sense
like
of
we
humor.
got a deal.
We can discuss more political goals that will be long term after this operation is carried out.
Well, to touch on that, I mean, I mentioned to him that, I mean, a lot of Lacians up north, it seems, are a lot more accepting of folks that you have associated yourself with. I mean, look at Saverick. He met my mother, and she immediately started talking to him,
Yeah.
completely on perfect terms.
He's
Saverick, would
basically
you
our
care to
adopted
explain?
brother.
We're aware of the honor of the Mayor family. That
Sorry,
doesn't.
I
Go
my
ahead.
audio cut out, and I lost the last 5 minutes of what happened.
Oh,
It tanked.
yeah.
We've brokered an arrangement.
Yeah.
I got
And,
the part working out specific details, and then it just went kaput.
Yeah.
I mentioned that like people up north are far more accepting of those of a magical origin, or so in places otherwise would
They've agreed to
No.
help us defend OnStar, and we'll exchange information about the alchemist and the lair that we came across in exchange for your slavery.
Cool.
Slavery.
Not really, that
As
part.
long as it's
The last
sexual
part.
slavery.
But the
Oh.
Right.
oh,
Sexual
oh my.
healing.
Oh, is that how
Full
we can heal
submission.
Saverick? Okay.
Yeah.
I know a tiefling that can help with that.
So we well, all the rest of that part is true though. In exchange for, they also want like food delivered and a architect and masons to come fix the keep up.
Don't worry about the architects. We're not Ethereans.
And we'll have to bargain a treaty as far as protections for shall we say, demonic or monster-esque humans. I realize that you've been raised somewhat sheltered, Kirik, I think you said your name was.
Yep.
But while the Lacians do accept non-humans, the teachings of Iomade still hold true in a lot of places, and monstrous humans are still frowned upon in most places.
Oh, I've gotten weird looks, to be sure.
I wouldn't say that you are monstrous, necessarily.
That's
Others
nice.
would argue I am. Like him.
Like the guy
I
you
just
killed.
named him, yeah.
I'm a monster!
Yeah. That was an accident, though. I was gonna mention something to Alex before she left. Oh, I never got her name. Lady in Black or whatever.
Yeah, you don't want
whatever.
to do that.
Well, I know she's a sadist. I was gonna be like, if you joined this cause, you might see some beautiful suffering.
Very poetic.
Okay.
There's much to be had in war.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, in the morning, I will have several documents for you to deliver to your people. Actually, if you...
Sorry, that was supposed to go to Joseph.
Oh, okay.
His stuff's gotten out again.
No, I know what he's getting at. And one final thing that I would add to this is the total expunging of the crimes they claim against me.
Oh.
What crimes
I
are we
think
talking of?
that could be arranged.
Yeah, but could you expand? Or
You want me to discuss the false accusations of your government?
no. I know. I get no.
Yes.
Wait, this was
Cycle.
I mean, it's just odd. This is the
Group?
first time we've been hearing of it. Odd that they would send us in here without that sort of information.
Yes, I suppose.
I guess it shows how desperate we are then.
If it's if it's
Please
false,
tell me you
why?
didn't say that.
No,
If
I
it's
didn't.
false, why hide it?
Yes, there are many that believe them. And a few of them may or may not be true.
I'm certain that through your assistance in helping us save OnStar, we could negotiate
For a pardon,
a pardon.
that is good to hear.
Is it sweet enough to help us even further, or is it just OnStar? And
Oh my god, you're
exchange of
so
information?
Did you
greedy,
offer-
Xanthan.
did you offer-
Seriously.
Hey, you guys said I was a bad negotiator. I'm here. I'm trying
You're
to
a
negotiate.
horrible
more.
negotiator.
Oh, okay.
This isn't making it better.
Greedy as
It's like-
fuck.
Okay.
That's like saying, listen, I'll give you my house for $5. And be like, Zuzu, you're a bad negotiator. Okay, I'll sell you my house for $5 trillion.
Okay.
I'm better now, right? Not really.
Okay.
It's
So,
ridiculous
wait.
in the other extreme.
Zoo, did you offer up your gloves?
No, well, I was gonna mention it right before we left, or right before we parted as a group.
He's currently giving us everything that we want. We should
Right.
shut
I
the
think
fuck
we're
up
good.
and take it.
I think we're good.
Oh.
We've gotten the most we're gonna get out of this. They're not gonna, no matter what we promise, gloves or not, he's not gonna. They don't want to fight
He's
the
not going to join a
alchemist.
war
No.
over the
Yeah,
ability to
or
make
join a war.
Though I want information about the crystal, so I figured.
Oh,
He
the
owes
earring?
you that
Crystal.
regardless.
Yeah, on his ear.
That's
He owes you that
separate from
regardless.
this deal, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
That's
Mhm.
the trade you made with your gloves earlier. Like, he owes you that information.
Yep.
what
Wow.
he feels good about.
So,
Just for
if
you.
we're agreed on all of those terms, I will have those signed by the mayor children here, and I will have Alex send them on a raven to Sylvanost in the morning.
And adding on the note, you seem to really, really love these gloves, so as a thank you gift, I will give them to you.
Really? He
Price of that house
seems.
went down to
God damn
450.
it.
He-
Wait, what? Did I do that?
No.
Why are you
He's-
just giving them away?
He's actually. He blushes a little at that.
Ooh.
He's surprised that you're giving, like, not like an embarrassed blush, but just like a surprised, unexpected, like, thankful type of thing.
I don't.
Oh yes, Joseph. While you're still caught off guard by that little thing, hey, what do you want me to do about the
I
skulls?
praise the gloves.
The what now?
The Hydra and the Serpapard skulls. Did you want those?
Actually, yes, they would make excellent decorations, I believe. Why don't you bring those to my house later, and we will see about cleaning them.
Certainly.
But with regards to the number of swords, I'm afraid that I can only offer you the people who are currently here. There are other of the Reisenjager that are out on contracts unrelated to this one, and I cannot promise you that they will be able to assist you because they may be far
Understandable.
away. So,
Understandable. Saverick was gone for months.
so I cannot promise the full force of the Reisenjager, but rest assured we will easily take 100 of their men.
Good to hear.
Wonderful.
Well, I'm sure that the mayor children will happily sign the documents you present to us in the morning. Now that business is coming to a close.
Does my knowledge local? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm trying
You're
to
fine.
get this in. Does my knowledge local? Would that give us any ideas about maybe some of the crimes that he's supposed to have committed, or that
Actually,
people...
yes. Knowledge local
Okay.
would be very good for that.
I'm awful. -2.
It's okay.
Don't
I
worry
read a
about
lot.
I wouldn't have picked up on that. I'm too trusting of this asshole at this point.
26. Yeah, you know his name's been mentioned once or twice. You remember hearing some people in the keep at Sylvanost talking about some things that he's alluded to have done. Among these are, kidnapping the daughter of a dignitary and,
Child sex slavery?
no.
Dear
Okay.
God.
I'm sorry. Criminal justice.
He
Straight to hell.
she is a criminal justice major, so she learns about this shit all the time. But no, he kidnapped the daughter of a dignitary and charged him ransom to get her back, which he paid because it's said that Joseph blackmailed him as well, so he wouldn't be able to seek help from any authorities. He's been rumored to have broken into a library and stole some textbooks and magical artifacts. He's raided caravans. He's murdered important people. He's just got a long rap sheet of shit that Lacey would prefer he not have done. And Joseph is adamant that he didn't do.
Okay.
There are people that are sympathetic to him, though, because he defends all these monstrous humans. So some people think that it was a smear campaign.
He's in a moral gray area. I like that. I'm
Yep.
cool with that. He's kind of a dirty Robin Hood type.
Yeah, he's similar, yeah.
Sort of not really Robin Hood.
He's Hood Robin.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Yeah, so back to what I was saying. Yes, so the mayors, I'm sure, will happily sign the documents that you bring
As long
us
as
in
it's
the
not in
morning.
blood.
I nod.
And now that business is coming to a close here, I believe you do owe us a story about that crystal on your ear.
Ah,
Mm.
yes. Hmm.
As he begins his story, I stare at the crystal.
Well, I obtained this a few years ago during an, let's call it an expedition.
Go on.
There was a small decorative chest that I believe we either lost or was destroyed in the previous place we were in a fire. But nevertheless,
He's telling the truth.
yes, he is. You can tell that he's deliberately omitting things, but so far he hasn't said anything deliberately misleading.
Mm.
Right.
He goes on to say that the crystal, so far as he can tell, has protective properties of a magical nature, and he just likes that it is massive and looks expensive.
Could you elaborate on what it protects you against? Minor cuts and bruises, or?
Well, I believe it to be more robust than that.
It's a 26 perception and a 26 arcana.
It would
telling me
be
anything.
knowledge arcana. You could determine an aura in place on an object. Spellcraft would be better for determining the properties of an item. Damn, son.
Nice.
So Joseph isn't entirely sure what it does. He does mention that it seems to make it harder for like people to hit him. They seem to miss more often. But Cycle, you are aware that this has a sort of like a blur effect that triggers when he's being attacked.
That's pretty sweet.
Ah, a blur earring.
Blearing.
A
I'm
blearing.
pretty sure this is one of those stones that we were given.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the name of some magic?
It's the name of a type of art of
Illusionary spell.
well, it's the name of a type of magical jewelry you have. It's I call it a blurring ring. Some people just call it bling for short.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
If we're done negotiating, Saverick is going to go find a place to lay down.
Oh, you haven't passed out yet?
He's a tough cookie.
Mm.
Try not to bleed too much, Saverick.
Drink some blood.
As he walks away, Xanthem throws a rock at his butt.
So, you guys
For him.
continue
For now.
chatting for a little while. Saverick's gonna run into some story stuff, I think.
Okay.
Call your 50.
He's taking the long way home,
I can see that.
mostly because I don't know where I'm going.
I'm blind.
So,
Easy.
a woman approaches you, and you are surprised by her.
Oh shit.
I grab the hilt of my sword on my. I don't know how I'm carrying it. I grab the hilt of my sword.
She
So I can't
she
see
raises her hand
anything.
defensively and says, "No, wait. I've come to warn you." And I think I should probably whisper some stuff.
No. It's getting really good.
Gonna go ahead and get those out of the way.
Fair enough.
Because I'm gonna do that. So. So I was killing this baby, and like,
Baby killing. Was that for everybody to hear?
No. And quit looking at my screen.
I can't see it.
Take off
You
your
cheat.
glasses.
I can't.
Take off your
It's the same as
glasses.
putting on a blindfold.
you want me to just whisper back to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really wish you could just like lock it in whisper mode, but you can't.
I asked Joseph, so is that the only piece of crystal you found in this loot?
Just let me do the Tanner stuff for a bit, and you guys can just like role play amongst yourselves.
All right, who's got the whips?
I left my whip in the wagon. Or actually, I gave it to them. Hey, they asked for our weapons. And that whip turns things into spider, or, yeah, no, rats.
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 It's true.
Ooh, Kirik, do you show your bleeding to Joseph? Or your
Oh
wound?
no, I'm gonna show that to Alex. She seems so fascinated by it. I might be able to actually get some information out of her.
You show that wound to
Mm.
Alex.
Huh?
I said you show that wound to Alex. That monster wound.
I
do.
should say you should go on a buddy system just in case she doesn't try to.
Flints you.
Yeah.
I'm a bit prepared. Don't worry. There are many things. He didn't check the cloak.
Hmm.
Even if he did, it wouldn't matter. They're just patches.
Yeah. Rip them off.
I don't think you understand. I could literally, like, if she tried some shit, throw dogs at her. Just like, ah! I just have 2 dogs out in the open.
It's good to know, actually, that you
I do
have
have
access
throw
to free
anything.
dogs.
In
Riding
case we ever
dogs.
get really low on money.
Riding dogs.
Mastiffs.
Big and
Half wolves.
so. Yeah. Are we adjourning here?
No, I'm just typing to Savik real quick because he's got
Yeah.
some private story stuff occurring.
No, I mean in the negotiation.
Yes, Joseph will have bowed out at this point. I know his token's still there, but he just sort
He's
of
In
like-
that case,
He just
wishes
runs
you
in
good
and
night. Wishes you good
"Beep.
night and runs to
Joseph
his
is no longer
house.
Available.
Now he plays with the gloves. I am saddened. We should not. We can't sell Mornke, guys, because he's the only one that can make our food taste awesome.
You were gonna sell Morky?
First off, Cycle, you actually wouldn't have a problem with that. Second off,
Yeah,
Oh.
well, it's my familiar. I'm chaotic neutral. I'm not chaotic evil. I'm not a
No, but, like,
sociopath.
if
Okay, I
if
might
it
be a
would-
sociopath.
if it would benefit you, you would sell Monkey.
So,
Nah, man. I'm
if
allowed
you-
to have attachments to things. And like my party, I'm attached to you guys as chaotic neutral. I wouldn't sell you into slavery.
You're attached to them only because they ensure your own survival, though.
if Morky gets like burned to death by a fireball or some horrible shit, can you regrow him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Ugh.
A pet
It
that
takes a
never
long
dies.
time, though, right? It's like a
Chaotic
ritual you have to
neutral
go through.
character follows his whims. He is an individual first and last. He values his own liberty but doesn't strive to protect others' freedom. He avoids authority, resents restrictions, and challenges traditions. Chaotic neutral character does not intentionally disrupt organizations as part of a campaign of anarchy. To do so, he would have to be motivated either by good, a desire to liberate others, or evil, and a desire to make those different from himself suffer. Chaotic neutral character may be unpredictable, but his behavior is not totally random. He's not as likely to jump off bridges across it. Okay. But I still don't think that means I just hate
Yeah.
all people.
Well, no.
No,
chaotic
you
neutral
don't.
Means that you would only do things if they benefit you.
More or less, yeah. It's the selfish alignment. You stick with a party because it's easier for you to survive. It's easier for you to get rewards than it is on yourself. It's like you have these
Okay.
people around you because it's better than doing it alone. If it came down to a situation where they were all dying, you might be a little torn as to whether or not to stay or run.
Gotcha. They are almost totally unreliable. In fact, the only reliable thing about them is that they cannot be relied upon.
Yeah.
Chaotic neutral characters like to indulge in everything.
Yes, your
Yep.
drugs.
I also like, uh, wait, where is it? Um, Chaotic neutral characters are extremely difficult to deal with. Such characters have been known to cheerfully and for no apparent reason, purpose, gamble away everything they have on the single roll of a die.
Oh my.
Wow.
Nah. Dice rolling.
Just remember
Characters always looking
that
for the best deal.
it's a guideline.
Yeah, I'm taking this with a grain of salt. I'm not. I mean, I'm not using. I'm not gonna force my character to like
Gamble away
abandon
everything.
or kill all you guys, or to let you guys just die just because it would be slightly better for my cause or something like that.
Now the thing is, like my character, if all of you dying would benefit nature,
Life has
sorry.
meaning, but theirs has the. You guys also, Darp. I feel like this is not a bad time for you to do your story thing because I'm
Yep.
exploring this. A life has meaning, but theirs has the greatest meaning. According to chaotic neutral, laws and rules infringe on personal freedom and were meant to be broken. So I feel like I would have feelings about.
Monkey.
Well, I can have feelings about Morky because he's technically me. That's one thing. The other side of it is, I think he would dislike people being prejudiced against like demonic things and stuff like that, just because that's just in his personal code of belief.
Careful with personal code. That would be lawful.
Character's always looking for the best deal and will work with good, neutral, or evil to get it, as long as he comes out of the situation on top. Chaotic nature is constantly teetering between good and evil, rebelling and bending the law to fit his needs.
Like,
They may shift allegiances at a moment's notice or remain with the leader for years.
huh.
Chaotic neutral character feels that there is no plan at all for the universe, things just happen.
It's strange that we're friends, since I believe that everything must exist in balance.
I'm using this as a guideline, though.
Yeah.
I think I'm taking it a little bit more on the. I mean, in my backstory, I wrote that you and I are friends, and he respects you mostly because you are also knowledgeable. Think Rick Sanchez doesn't give a fuck about other people, does care about
Whether or not you're smart.
his little group of people, yeah. For the most part, though that does come across pretty gruff sometimes.
I like it.
I'm just reading more about it. Violence is not a chaotic neutral trait, but adherents will often not hesitate to use intimidation and non-lethal violence to achieve their goals.
And with that, the woman walks away. And after a few steps, she sort of shimmers and disappears.
Can I do a check to see if she just like vanished or magic? What would that be like a? I guess that'd be more like an arcane something or other.
Yeah, you could try. I mean, I would say that it seems magical to you. I don't know that you necessarily have to roll knowledge for that. It's not that
Yeah.
she faded into the night, because you have dark vision. You would see that.
Yeah. Okay. I sort of stare off into the courtyard. And
A single tear rolls down your eye.
shake my head and kind of downtroddenly continue into where I hope I can lay down finally.
Yeah, that's the quarters they
It's
gave
been
you.
a hard day.
Yes, it has. Okay.
So I'm sure that after Joseph has left the room, we would all navigate to our bedroom, which if
Yep.
you follow me, guys, because I don't think any of you except for Cycle saw where the bedroom was.
Nope.
I'll find you.
Okay, I want to highlight this one. You shall not betray others unless your life is in jeopardy.
Yep.
You've
It's
already
one of the
done
10,
that
one of the 10 chaotic neutral commandments. How have I done that?
I think I'm looking at the same website you are.
when you were going to bomb us.
And you didn't.
When was I gonna bomb you?
When you were.
Under
Maybe
Life
mind
was in
control?
danger.
Mhm.
Oh, I
under
was
mind
mind
control.
control. That doesn't count.
Sure.
The only time that Cycle's ever tried to like actually kill us were under the effects of mind.
Attack
Also,
you at
this
all.
lighting is really fucking me up.
Yeah, I can't. I think I can. I'm just stumbling blindly in the dark.
There's like
Yeah, it's inconsistent. Like in the courtyard here where I am, I just can't see anything.
it's like there's a light source missing or something.
Yeah, like in the middle. Although I guess it's dark out there.
Yeah, it's dark outside.
I can't move my token
Morky,
anymore.
what are you doing here still in the dinner table?
Nobody gets out a torch or casts a light spell. I mean, you got stuff for
I'll
that.
get out a torch.
Fine, I cast light on myself because I can't see shit.
I can't move my
Light
token
bringer.
anymore.
I'm the light bringer.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
light my
bam!
torch at this fire. We did. Let's go to bed.
I'll just put you where you belong, Xanthem.
Yay, thank you.
I walk in and go, hey, Cycle, Morky's still in the dinner room.
Shit.
I'll get him.
Morky, I call for Morky.
Oh, that rascal.
Get over here, you little scamp.
To me, my
You little
animal
scamp.
friends.
I call out
Alright.
into the distance. How many friends can I gather?
Oh no.
Wait.
It's like fucking Ace
Wait.
Ventura going back to his apartment.
I call
That's
out
where
into the
the idea
darkness.
came
Come to me, my animal friend.
Oh
Damn,
my
not a
god.
nat 20.
Nice.
If it was a nat 20, that would have been so obnoxious.
I know.
Fucking Joseph just looks out to see like 300 crows on the roof of the fucking building we're
All
sleeping
of
in.
Alex,
He's like,
all of
damn
Alex
good.
Ravens now serve me.
Oh, actually, I need to go speak to Joseph.
Yep.
Now, if only I had something like low light vision.
I mean, I can
You
cast light
don't
on you.
have low light vision?
I do, but apparently I don't.
Oh.
You do.
Is
You
it
just don't have
pitch
a light
black and
source.
black?
Yeah.
Well, then give me my hooded lantern.
No
Then
light.
get it yourself. There's a token.
Please.
Here's Elf coming home.
No, I really want to watch this.
That's Ace Ventura has to be. The
Yep.
policy, yep.
Snoop around.
Okay, walk up to the door of Joseph's hut. I'm pretty sure this is his hut. He said he had one. It's the only one I know of. So, and I knock on the door.
Well, are you satisfied?
Such a creepy smile.
Just don't catch you with an animal in here.
I do love Jim Carrey, though.
Right.
Hmm.
Here now. Bye-bye then. Loser.
All these locked doors.
Yep.
Oh.
that's
You
me.
just barge in and see Joseph.
Morky. Climbing out of the bread box.
Alright.
A
So
modest little abode.
you and Joseph have your discussion about the skulls, I take it?
Is there anywhere he wants me to put them?
Savik, where are you going?
Saverick plays by his own rules.
You're like dying and
Savik
trying to
don't
get to
care.
bed, and you've been interrupted on your way to bed. And now you
Did
just
he-
went off again.
Guess he's a night owl. Or a vampire that never sleeps.
So Kirak and Joseph share some bonding time while they skin and clean the serpapod head.
Cool. I'm gonna pull out Mavura's stone and summon Mavura.
Yay! We haven't talked to her.
Oh,
in a
man.
It's been
while.
like 2 months. She just comes out like, what the hell? I thought you were dead, Lightbringer.
Greetings, Mavura. How
Hello.
have you been?
I am well, considering.
Considering what?
Oh, it hasn't happened here yet. I get so confused. What is it that you require?
We encountered an interesting stone. And I describe Joseph's stone in great detail and tell her everything that it does and everything about it. And I ask her if she is aware of what it might be.
Could you describe it for me?
He did.
In more detail.
Um,
Unless I missed something. Sorry, I was typing to Saverick.
yeah, I said I explained the stone in great detail and tell her everything that it can do.
Oh, okay. She doesn't believe that it is, one of the shards that you seek. It sounds as though it is by comparison, is a rather mundane magical crystal. But with the mention of the shards, she does say that she has bad news.
Do explain, Mavura.
Parts of the plane of fire are collapsing.
That is definitely not good. Might
Plane
it
of
have
fire.
might it have something to do with what? And I explain the events of the Raven Hill to her.
Yes, it is likely. Did they escape with any crystals?
I actually don't remember if they had grabbed crystals. I know they destroyed the one, but
I thought they grabbed a lot before they jumped into the ring thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
okay. In that case, yes, they had definitely
Nice
taken some.
handful.
Well, it's difficult for me to sense the plane of fire to its full extent for obvious
Understandable.
reasons, but it has shaken our plane some. I mean, they are connected, but it would seem that the plane of fire is beginning to either collapse or disconnect and drift out on its own.
Do you know of any way that we might be able to help from our plane?
The only thing I can imagine would be capable of doing such a thing would have to be constructed of purely red shards from the aspect pillars.
Very well. We will see what we can find out and what we can do to help. Something tells me that if the balance between the planes was to drift apart, then the balance in our world would also.
Zyril had mentioned previously that at least one wizard in the past had theorized it would be possible to close off the planes of magic from this plane and potentially remove the arcane magics from the world.
What?
That strangely aligns with the current goals of Etheria in the war our country is fighting at this time.
But they are strictly against the use of arcane magics, and the red stones would almost certainly require an arcane magi.
a means to an end, I'm sure. Using magic to destroy magic for good would meet their goal, even if it meant the small sacrifice of using magic along the way. I don't think that we can let something like that happen.
Nope.
I have yet to hear from Zyrul, but he did mention that if he had any news in regards to other shards from the possible whereabouts where I might find some of your sisters, that he would send word to me. And I shall keep you updated on whether or not we find any of these red shards of which you speak.
Fortunately, so long as you have that shard in your possession, I am not very worried about the water plane's safety.
Interesting. Very interesting. Are you saying that this shard holds the key to your entire plane's safety?
No, but the fact that you have the shard means that someone else does not have all of them.
Very true. Does one require all of the shards to do something?
One requires a substantial number. I don't know if it would be all of them or not. I'm not that well versed. I am, after all, a simple elemental.
Who we really
Simple,
like.
yet
Is she an
helpful
elementary
nonetheless.
elemental?
Ha 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 ha.
Her. Yep, and she looks like Miss Frizzle. 'Cause why not?
I would not be able to take her seriously at all if she looked like a water version of herself.
Miss Frizzly's a badass. Are you serious?
I know, but
Bitch had a
imagine
magic
if she
school
was
bus.
made entirely of water and then try to take her seriously.
I'm sure there was a point where Miss Frizzy turned herself to water for shits and giggles. She's a goddamn wizard.
Yes.
She's a Time Lord, actually. She goes by
yes, it's yes.
she
that
goes by
name.
the name River.
From time to time.
Have you not
That's some
seen that
headcanon-
theory?
Yes, the whole headcanon theory of after she was locked inside of the computer. You mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a very elaborate theory that River's song is Miss Frizzle. And that the magic school bus is a TARDIS.
Very interesting. I do have to go help the moon get something out of the car real quick, so I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
Sure. Woof, I am sleepy.
Yeah.
I think we might call it when he gets back, if that's cool with everyone, because I'm kind
I'm
of
fine
getting
with it.
tuckered out.
We advanced the plot quite a bit tonight.
I think so, yeah.
Mhm.
And I became kind of friends with Joseph.
Yeah, well, everyone did, sort of, even though he's still very selfish and definitely a dick. I feel like there was some good bonding times.
I
Gotta
think
kill him with
the term we're
kindness.
looking for here is he's rather reserved.
Yes,
Mhm.
and cynical.
True.
He's been jaded by the
I was-
world.
I think next time I'm going to go to Alexis and basically see if I can get some information out of her by using my illness as a bargaining chip.
Oh
Because you know
man.
she wants to get her hand on my sickness.
Oh man.
Oh, that's the best.
That would be amazing. Do
Dude,
it.
I could show you how badly suffering I am. But
Yes, do it.
It's like reverse S&M. Like she's whipping me and everything. I'm like, I could show you how hurt I am, but geez. you
Topping
really
from the
see-
bottom.
Mhm.
Rogues do it from behind.
Hmm.
It's not that far off.
Also introduced a plot point a little bit that wasn't supposed to be revealed until a little later, so that'll be fun. It's always interesting when you whip out Mavura and I have to like do things.
Mm-hmm.
She was actually relevant this time, so I kind of had to Give a little hint.
So is the knowledge planes, is that for the fire? Is that what you rolled it for?
If you would
Yeah.
like to know more about what she's talking about, then yes, it would be knowledge planes.
Well,
Yeah, I
you did.
rolled it.
Oh, you did? Look at you.
Yep.
So she kind of already explained like how that works. But I think with that roll, I'll give you like just some knowledge about the structure of planes. Because it can be a little confusing. Okay. So there's the material plane, which you guys all exist on. That's the Earth-like plane. There's the transitive planes that are all used to get from one place to another. And then there's the inner planes, of which the elemental planes are. The 6 planes are manifestations of the basic building blocks of the universe. Each is made up of a single type of energy or element that overwhelms all others. So there's the plane of air, the plane of earth, the plane of fire, and the plane of water. There's also the plane of negative and positive energy. At one point,
Positive energy.
yeah, those are all the inner planes. Those are the ones. So basically, if you just imagine a sphere as the material plane, the elemental planes and the energy planes are all directly tangent to the material plane, and then like the transitive planes are like overlapping, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So then the outer planes are like beyond that. They're a layer outside of that. And then past that, I think, is the void.
The far realm.
And then there's all manner of like smaller planes. You know that magic tends to behave differently on certain planes. I was looking for, there's a specific thing I was looking for, but I can't find it. Oh, there we go. Everything is alight on the plane of fire. The ground is nothing more than a great ever-shifting plate of compressed flame. The air ripples with the heat of continual firestorms, and the most common liquid is magma. The oceans are made of liquid flame, and the mountains ooze with molten lava. Fire survives here without needing fuel or air, but flammables brought onto the plane are consumed readily.
So it doesn't need oxygen?
Correct.
What? That's cool.
Yeah, it's just elemental fire. It just burns and burns and burns and doesn't give a fuck. You know that if you were ever to travel there, you should probably not take burnable things. Unless they have some kind of protection.
We're going in naked.
What's that really cool gel stuff that you can put on and not get burned?
Aerogel?
Petroleum or whatever.
Yeah.
Aerogel is pretty
That's
badass.
going through my mind while you're describing this place to me.
That's pretty brutal.
Brutal. Oh man, it's totally brutal. Okie dokie.
So,
Welcome back.
oh, I've
Welcome
been
back.
back,
We're
but
ending.
I was just listening.
Yeah, I think we're gonna call it here if that's cool with you.
Okay.
I am getting to the point where I'm pretty tired, and when that happens, my role playing really suffers. And I'm getting to a point in the story where I'd prefer to not suck at it. So,
I think we're good. Only got 15 minutes left. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's not a lot of time left. I am going to say that I'm not sure of my plans for next week.
you don't make plans on a Monday night. Come on.
Well, so one of my friend's birthday is Friday, and he has to work all weekend, so we're gonna be doing something next week. But I leave for North Carolina on Thursday, so the only
Ooh.
days that we could do something are gonna be Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. So I don't know my plans for next week.
I see. Well, let us know as soon as you can. I'm going to schedule it for next week anyway. And we'll just move it to a day when you're not busy, if we can.
That sounds like a plan. I should be able to do everything from North Carolina. So like, I just won't be on West Coast. Well, I guess I still will be on West Coast time. Who am I kidding? I was on West Coast time when I lived on the East Coast.
I'll prepare something more interesting for Mavura to say. It'll be relatively the same, but it'll be better. How about that?
For when?
For next time. And be kind of our transition from where we were.
Okay.
Beauty mas.